right, so it looks like we are going to see the Inkling Pokemon Trainer matchup. So this to me is a very interesting matchup because you got so many characters in Smash Ultimate, and
Yes,
I
sir.
just feel like at the beginning of the game, I felt like these two characters were ridiculously strong, but just like the representation of the two characters, I don't feel like is very strong. A lot of Pokemon trainers, drop the character. You just don't see a lot of Inkling players, and I mean, we both know these are good characters. You just don't see them a lot.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why. I have heard about, just inefficiency and KOing with Inkling,
Yeah.
and I guess it's almost in that same conversation as like Young Link. Like you got great options, but like KOing can be a little difficult because your options are a little telegraphed at some of those later percents. But I will give it to Julie yesterday. Brought us some fanciness. I remember,
Oh yeah.
the roller and then directional air dodge down to the top platform and to the up smash as you popped out of being grounded. So of course that was really fancy. But I also don't want to, take anything away from Milcery as well. I mean, this Pokemon trainer, of course, to play this character at this level is no easy feat. Three characters and one, but it is Ivysaur giving you the one and done, the down air closing out Julie's first stock.
Yeah, Milcery just heading back to where it was left off yesterday. Numerous times we saw in situations that even when Milcery was down, was just able to get the opponent off stage and harass to get those W's.
Yeah, and that's really what it's all about. Now, Charizard, of course, did make the grandest of appearance yesterday. I'm just going to use that word. I mean, I know the threat Charizard poses, but again, it's just all about what type of Pokemon trainer you are. And if you're not a Charizard centric one, then it makes sense. But I would like to see Charizard utilize just a little bit more here, especially in some of these ledge trapping opportunities. Charizard doesn't necessarily have to go off stage. He's so long that he can do things like flamethrower, he can do things like forward tilt, or really the smash attacks can catch you as you're coming back. So you have a bit of luxury here in strength. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna die off stage there, man. All right, we got an Inked Squirtle right now. We're looking to rack up. Oh, really don't need to rack up too much more damage. You got Inkling sitting at 114 damage, but I mean, Squirtle still does not lack any power, man. Definitely a character that can still get a KO. All right.
Oh, and you talking about getting KOs. Nobody does it quite like Ivysaur on this team. No short of KO options and no short of options to put on percent. And it's a day one ultimate combo that we have yet to figure out how to work around. It is just, wait a damn minute. What is going on here? I don't think you're trying to be the very best like no one ever was right here. Charizard don't do that.
Yeah, it actually doesn't. I mean, I didn't watch too much Pokemon, but I don't think he ever did that, man.
Yeah, man. Any Pokemon in this game, they're coming from the anime and they know what they're doing, okay? And this Charizard here looking real unfamiliar. I don't remember this Charizard. I remember Ash's, I remember Blaine's, I remember a lot of Charizards. I even remember the girl Charizard that Ash's Charizard liked. That Charizard there, this SDN, I don't know him.
All right, gonna get the swap. Going Flare Blitz back onto the stage. Nair out of shield.
Okay, there's up smash out of shield. That's a really great option for somebody like Inkling who likes to jump around and apply pressure. And actually the forward air that's not going to quite close it out. Bit of a false finish. Oh, was actually able to roll behind.
Just like that, got Inkling on the ledge. Get up attack to give Charizard some space in that back air. Just what we wanted to see yesterday. So it looks like we might get some of that today. Seeing Charizard, step up to the plate. He's got to do some things sometimes. I think he heard you. He was like, "Man, I wasn't being the best that I could be. Let me do it on this last stock, though."
I mean, if you're going to act like that as Charizard, you should have Charmander. Like, you should have just let the other ones get to the third stage. But let's go ahead and take a gander here at these replays. So I like that rapid jab again. Just a bit of a safe option. Was probably trying to roll out of harm's way. Yeah. But again, Inkling just too inclined to jump, man. Like, you got to respect Charizard's backer. That had the upper and underneath of the platform covered as well as the top of it. Man, that F smash gets tight every time. I'm like,
and
why?
That right there, like, oh man. And the flamethrower into the Pokemon switch to the SD.
Yeah, and then here we go. Just a slight walk out and then just turns back around and goes for F smash. I mean, Lord Jesus Christ. But I mean, with so much cock back on that, like I get it. Like, he pulls back so far.
Yeah, sometimes you just think you're safe.
I understand, but it's like it's Ivysaur. At this point, you should know that a lot of them are probably just going to do that at the ledge. So, despite a very unfamiliar Charizard there, we got ourselves another match here, and Milcray was actually able to clutch that one out. So good stuff. But I really got to give it up to the Squirtle and the Ivysaur there, and of course in that trio, they are certainly the MVPs.
All right. So we are moving along to Kalos, a very interesting pick here. And so this is going to be the Inkling stage pick. And whew, so one thing that I do like about going to this stage is when you are having to deal with recovering versus Ivysaur as Inkling, it's kind of one of those. It's a kind of predictable recovery, even though it comes from the depths really well. But it is easy for Ivysaur to just down air that. He does get the wall now that he can tech off of to not lose a stock. That's one thing that I'm really gonna like in this. And I feel like Ivysaur is good for one of those kills, one per game. So if you can save yourself once, I think it's worth it.
Oh yeah, most certainly. Because Ivysaur is not missing any opportunity. Oh my Lord Jesus, so smart to not roll in. But I really got to give it to Julu there. He knows how to just play so well in that corner. I mean, we seen it at the last game too, where he just kind of got up off the ledge and did rapid jab and cover himself. He kind of knew it wasn't going to land, but he knew that the opponent would have to hold shields, which would give him time to get out of there. But again, you got to know how to manage your tools properly. Inkling out of ink. Okay, I don't play Inkling game. I don't play Splatoon, but I know that you at least got to have some ink on your disposal. Up smash. Do it.
All right, we're sitting back at zeros. Good stuff from Milcray there to take the stock and then immediately take the stock back without panicking, making any bad decisions, or going further down into the hole.
Yeah, you really can't let one side get too much of a lead here. I mean, Inkling is a character that really thrives when they get the lead. I can't really say the same for Pokemon Trainer. I mean, a player in general is going to do a lot better when they're in the lead, but I just think of what Inkling can do and how they're going to play once they do have the lead. You're going to see a lot more rollers. You're going to see a lot more short hop backers. Just a lot of safe and very annoying to deal with options. But speaking of things that are small and annoying, let's talk about Squirtle.
Man, he's just spitting. There's actually nothing more disrespectful than getting hit by. Is that move Hydro Pump? Is that what it's called?
I believe so. Or it's probably Water Gun, actually.
Okay, that's Water Gun. Okay, that makes more sense. That's not strong, I mean, I just know as a kid, if somebody spit on you, we fighting, bro.
Yeah, it's on and cracking at that point. Just like how Milcray's been playing at this ledge. I mean, nothing short of great. That falling upper right into the back here, and just, again, the pressure. Don't touch that platform.
Oh, man, he's in his head.
He's definitely in his head. My goodness. My goodness.
I don't think he knows what center stage looks like at this point. That we got Charizard coming out. Could see a fair. All right, they're off stage, and that has been the past 2 days. That has been the Charizard go-to for him. Tossing the opponent off stage, running off and fairing with Charizard.
Yeah, and kind of just giving Inkling a little taste with their own medicine, because in a different universe, there was some sort of parallel match where it was actually Julu that would just fall off stage before it, which Inkling can do very well. But Charizard kind of doing it to him. So again, Charizard very dangerous on all fronts. Of course, slow, but in the air though, Charizard is not to be contested. Your best bet at most percent is to just stay away. But I love this. Just kind of runs off. Bam. Kind of made it look like Tudu's going to turn around and possibly try to catch the snap at the ledge with down smash or maybe a high recovery with flamethrower. But nope. He said, I got wings for a reason, baby.
Ooh.
All right.
Man, that forward smash, dude. So the one where we didn't see the roll in, I was sitting there and I'm just like, if he actually would have rolled in, he would have got hit by that. That's actually kind of wild.
I know. Oh, Ivysaur, why are you like this? Why are you like this, my friend? And why is this score the way it is? Well, I'll tell you, my friends, if you're just tuning in, Milcray is playing completely out of their mind right now. Charizard is tapped in, and it's funny, I've actually seen the name Milcray before. I just don't know where. I don't know if it was at another Collegiate event or if it was at a major or whatever, but I know this name, and I feel like if I have this name categorized in my brain's database, which is not a very big file cabinet at all, there's like 12 players in there, then some comic.
Yeah, then you got some cloud storage, bro. You didn't know you had.
That's right. It's like all other. Like when I check my data, it's like all, you don't know what it is, but it's there taking up space. But Milcray's in there definitely somewhere, and it just goes to show when you utilize all three of the Pokemon Trainer characters correctly, I mean, you are virtually unstoppable. Now, that's not to say that the performance yesterday wasn't great because the Ivysaur and the Squirtle certainly showed up, but Charizard's having a much better performance here. Oh, I love the wall jump. Love that wall jump.
Menacing back air there. Good move to throw out. It's like
I'm here.
Looks like Inkling doesn't have a move that can really punish that if it's paced properly. Get under it. Down. Ooh, okay.
Okay, we can see some tried and true Inkling stuff, man. Nothing out of the ordinary. We didn't really get to see a lot of these throw combos at first. I mean, he showed, and that could have just been the threat that Charizard posed. It's like you don't want to press too many buttons because you don't want to get hit with like up B out of shield. So thank you for that, Milcree, or possibly up smash out of shield if you're jumping. But oh my goodness, yes, you cannot overstand on Charizard.
It's nice to see some more Charizard play here, man. Oof! All right, avoiding the flare blitz. Point blank off stage.
Yeah, he was like, look, I'm coming back to the stage. Stop playing with me. Okay, yeah, he's gonna, oh my God, getting all the pummels in. I mean, I'd like to say he wasn't mashing out of that, but at that point, it's like, just put the controller down and wait.
He was sitting there and he was just like, all right, Inkling doesn't really have a throw that's gonna kill me. Forward throw, I feel like forward throw has set not back. If not, I mean, it just doesn't sit very far at all.
Yeah, back throw would have been the one to do it, but on this stage, plus how he was facing, you wouldn't really have gotten much. But probably just electing to go for positional advantage as opposed to what you think might kill. There's the up throw and great Pokemon switch right there in the nick of time. Uncle Charizard is on the horizon, but before he can get here, Ivysaur has to say a thing or two. And he's saying a whole lot, actually. He's saying good Lord. He's saying you're not getting back to this ledge at all. Great F smash.
Forward smash once again. Good stuff getting out of the corner. As you mentioned before, Julu seems to do a pretty solid job of getting out of the corner.
Yeah, when you got the mobility as somebody like an Inkling character, you just really cannot find yourself stuck in anything. You know what I'm saying? You got to utilize that footwork or that ink work or however she moves around to your best of your ability. And I'm thinking of like Inkling's options out of shield too. Like I'm thinking like up smash is definitely a thing for sure. I think air out of shield is pretty okay, but again, just to get smothered by any of the three though, especially Charizard and Ivysaur, just move. Oh, I said,
gosh. The up special coming through the stage. Actually, I had to process in my brain what happened. I'm like, Ivysaur came back to the stage. Why is Inkling dead?
I know, right? Uh-oh. Like that F2. Yeah, showcasing some of these okay options that Charizard has. And he's not the quickest character in the neutral, but I mean, if anybody knows fighting games, you know that when you play these big characters, you have to utilize, of course, timing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to try to figure out where your opponent's going to be before you get there.
Oh, no.
Jesus, and just hit that man with the Smash 3DS and said, hey, I'm taking it back to 2015. I'm just flare blitzing. Don't mind me.
Just over my business.
My Lord. Yes, friends. We definitely got to take a gander at those replays. That was great stuff by Milcree. I mean, a completely different player, really, from what we've seen yesterday. I mean, again, really good, but today playing great. Charizard is on the money, and again, I've always felt like, and I know I'm not alone in this statement, but Charizard is the most dangerous of the three. I mean, you do have a lot of options, whatever with Squirtle and Ivysaur, you can do some cool stuff, but I'm gonna be real, there's not really much cool anything about Charizard. Charizard's not here for all the flash. He's here for the fire, okay?
He's here to get the job done. He's like, I'm here for the paycheck. And there we go. Up special from Ivysaur, but yeah, Charizard is definitely the one that's been taking the reins here in this set, being able to get some stocks because, I mean, I just feel like Julu's doing a very solid job of making sure not to get hit with, like, the Ivysaur cheese, not getting hit with the down airs when you're coming back to the stage, not getting hit with an up special, when you're not expecting it, floating around off stage as well. So Charizard has been forced to come out and take some of these stocks.
Yeah, Charizard poses a big threat for a character like Inkling, not just for the simple fact of strength. Of course, Charizard amongst one of the strongest characters in the cast, or really just some of the strongest characters that Smash has ever seen, period. But the ability to anti-air or the ability to meet Inkling in the air, like in those air-to-air situations, there just reaches a point where, it might be okay to trade with Squirtle. It may be even okay to trade with Ivysaur. I'm saying that very sparingly, but Charizard though is like, dude, 80% back airs coming out. You sure you want to run that risk? Charizard has his back to you. You know what he's looking for. You sure you want to run the risk of a trade? Because 80% on the right part of the stage, that's a stop. So great stuff there, man. And I know we talked also about, Inkling playing really great out of the corner, Julu, excuse me. But that Flare Blitz kind of just, I don't know, just kind of threw that whole ideology away.
It was just like, all right, I got stock to work with. Let's go.
Ooh, I know this ain't who I think it is.
Jigglypuff.
Okay, Jigs is here. Jigs is Jigs is a character in the game. Let's start there. Oh, Jigs is jigging.
Oh no.
Jigs is jigging.
Oh.
Good Lord.
We're gonna say, we're gonna take some of these stocks out a little bit earlier. Knowing the Inkling, has a pretty easy time coming back to the stage normally, but when you got Jigglypuff out there harassing you, it is not easy. All right, just gonna go ahead and get the simple forward smash there.
Good Lord, Jigglypuff. That was that's Jigglypuff 101. I think what makes Jigglypuff doing that, still watches what they do. That's a very powerful part of the game, like the off-stage game. And that's really what Jigs is. So when you see that, you're just like, this character is just being piloted correctly.
Yeah, if you're not Jigglypuff going off stage, I don't know what you're doing, man. Oh,
Lord Jesus.
Probably doing that, man.
Good Lord, Jigs is jiggling. My God. Up throw. Okay, waits it out. Of course, Jigglypuff very floaty. Gotta mind your combos. There's my goodness, why did up throw go so high?
Man. Been in the gym. Okay, got down here.
Ooh, Lord. Oh, dash tag P. Looking for a little too much right now. Still a great attempt though. Okay, Nair out of shield. I love the cross up too. Forcing the Julu off stage. Okay, a lot of spaghetti. Somebody show me some sauce though. Good Lord.
All right, and that forward smash is gonna take out Jigglypuff. No 3-stock here for the Jigglypuff. That'd be really painful, man. Getting swept, and then game 4 they pull out Jigglypuff. All right, got the back airs coming out from Julu. Really needs to find a way to not get too much damage, but take this Jigglypuff stock. Jigglypuff is sitting at 50%. Very light character, very prone to die early. But one of those things that Inkling is lacking is just those burst options that you just take a stock like that. Inkling is another character that's going to be very methodical. Needs to get those grabs and aerials to rack up damage until either they're at back throw or back air.
Oh no!
Woo!
What the hell? No, you did not. No, you did not. Jigglypuff.
Sleeping on the competition.
Son, what did I just witness? I just watched somebody get jigged on.
Yeah. He said, you know what? I haven't played all of the Pokemon yet. Let me pull out Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I mean, he played pretty much
all
all
the Getting harassed, bro.
Lord Jesus.
Man.
Talk about conditioning. That was something.
Yeah. He was like, I'm not trying to get fared again. Let me roll onto the stage. And he was like, how are you now?
Son, I'm actually dead. What the hell? I do like this, though. A little bit harder to get on Jigs because, just how high she floats. But, you need to do something and quick. Jigglypuff is not going to allow you to grab her. She's not going to allow you to get that one hit into the next hit. She's always going to try to float around you. But goodness, got to make sure those combos are airtight. I don't know what frame, rest comes out, but when it's out, it's out. So, yeah. Oh my God.
That first stock, man, untouched.
That was a sexy game.
Man, he truly was a Pokemon trainer, man.
Yeah.
Didn't matter which one he brought out.
Yeah, I mean, he went through a good chunk of the Kanto Pokemon. I think the only two that we didn't see it was Pikachu and I guess Mewtwo, but Mewtwo's kind of a legendary whatever. But regardless, still great gameplay all around. I love the 2 games that we got today in the best of 7 format. It makes for a very great, viewing experience, and of course, it makes for great matches because now these players have the opportunity to really dig deep, figure out what they did in that first game. You know what I'm saying? And again, you could walk into a best of 7 with one type of approach to a matchup and then learn as you go and then completely figure it out towards the tail end. Or you can see the opposite of it where you think you might know a matchup and you're doing okay and then they flip the script on you towards the middle and you're done.